Insurance that works.
If you're looking for fast fun and a chance to win big cash prizes, you need to get in the game with the Illinois Lottery and Fast Play. You can play these speedy games anywhere in the state, online or on the Illinois Lottery app. Be smart, play smart. Must be 18 or older to play. Game odds are available at IllinoisLottery.com.
Creed is back. Summer of '99 tour. Very special guest, 3 Doors Down, plus Finger 11 with Daughtry, Switchfoot, Tonic, and Big Wreck in select cities. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com.
Everything gets better when you're a Dunkin' Rewards member, Chicago. And now members get a $2 medium iced coffee all day, every day. What's better than Dunkin' Iced Coffee? Dunkin' Iced Coffee for $2. Rewards members, get out and get sipping with a medium iced coffee for $2. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Chicago runs on Dunkin'. Additional charges, terms, and exclusions may apply. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Life insurance. What's your excuse for putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think your work coverage is enough? There's a lot of excuses for putting off life insurance, but one big reason why you shouldn't. If the unexpected were to happen to you, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' tuition, and all the other bills? In a time of grief, the last thing you would want is for your family to have to sell the house and struggle to survive financially. At Ethos, we could get you covered in just 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Rates can increase the longer you wait, so no more excuses. Take 10 minutes today and discover the modern way to get the life insurance coverage you need. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethoslife.com/audio. That's ethoslife.com/audio.
It's Mitchell in the Morning, KFYR 550.
8:15. By the way, the Dickinson Elks Lodge is having a burger basket for all veterans and their families Sunday 11 to 2 and providing winter wear for veterans in need. An injured military wildlife project of North Dakota's processed and packaged bison and elk that they'll be distributing to veterans that have a need, no questions asked. So it's the Dickinson Elks Lodge. I promised I'd toss that in. Not every promise I make is fulfilled, just ask my ex-wife. Anyway, but Guns of the 701. It's chill, fly her head off. Just saying. And if you want the truth, ask my ex-sister-in-law, you'll get the truth. I have a fantastic relationship with her, just not my ex, that's all. Anyway, how are you guys doing today?
You married the wrong one. Great, Todd.
I did marry the wrong one. Doggone it. You know it. I really screwed that one up.
I'm doing great, by the way, Todd. It's deer opener, so I'm jacked up. I'm ready to go.
Right. 12 noon today, the big day. Or I don't know why it's not a national holiday. Oh, that's right, because they shoot guns off in Chicago every day anyway. That's why.
Yeah, nothing new there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Guns in the 701, best podcast on iHeart, by the way. So, in case you're wondering, how come these guys get on all the time? Because first of all, I'm supposed to make sure I'm talking up the best, what I feel is the best podcast on iHeart. And just so you know, any other podcast that gets on, I say, well, you're not the best one. That's Guns in the 701, but you're up there. Or whatever it is.
You're a close second, right?
Exactly. A very darn close second. Razor thin margin.
It still means we're number one, so we'll take it.
Number one with a bullet, as they say on the charts. And literally in Guns in the 701, number one with a bullet. Get it? See what I did there?
I like that.
Of course it's with a bullet. Supreme Court accepts NRA First Amendment case, a historic step forward for NRA and free speech. Why? What are they saying that there would be a question?
Well, you know how this goes. It doesn't matter. The other side's always working to take all of our rights away, and it probably surprises people that NRA is bringing forth a First Amendment case. They're stellar in Second Amendment cases, but this is a First Amendment case where it's NRA is versing Maria T. Vola, and that's out of New York. Imagine that, New York. It always comes out down in New York.
Go figure. Yeah.
And, of course, this is basically a free speech First Amendment case, and what they're basing this on is the lawsuit that took place in 2018 when at that time, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, he took aim right at the NRA and used their regulatory powers through Vola's office to essentially go after all of the New York financial institutions, banks, and insurers that were doing business with pro-gun organizations such as the NRA. And that's what this whole case is based in, because they wanted to silence an advocacy group. So, I mean, this could have far-reaching. It isn't just NRA. It could be any organization out there that a state or a government entity disagrees with could use now their regulatory powers to silence those groups, which is an actual. This is a First Amendment case. It would be silencing your First Amendment rights. And not just that, you take the NRA, who's 5 million members plus, would be silenced because New York State doesn't agree with their ideology. So that's what this is all about. This has went through a lot of different claims, a lot of different courts. It withstood multiple motions to dismiss, but then in 2022, it appeared in the trial court, the Second Circuit, and they struck it down. You'll love this. They ruled that in an era of enhanced corporate social responsibility, this was reasonable for the New York financial regulatory arm to warn banks and insurance companies against servicing pro-gun groups based on supposed social backlash.
You just made me vomit a little bit at that. What was that catchphrase again? Advanced corporate. What was that again?
Enhanced corporate social responsibility.
Enhanced corporate social responsibility.
You just made me vomit at that. I'm sorry.
It's just like social governance, yeah.
Well, exactly. I mean, come on. I mean, we all know what the hell they're really saying. Why don't they just say it? But
they're basically saying that, hey, we don't agree with you. This is where we're going. Don't do business with these groups, or we're going to come down you with Big Brother's strong arm and crush you. I mean, that's what they're saying.
I want to see the next presidential debate. I want somebody to ask everybody up on stage. Do you believe in enhanced? I can't even say
corporate
it.
Social responsibility.
My mouth won't let me say that. God is watching out for me. He won't let my mouth actually say those words. Do you believe in that? And then I want to hear what the candidates say anyway. I'm sorry. I'm taking your time. Sorry.
So it was written, Todd. She had written this down on her official letterhead and then invoked these regulatory powers. But the court said, that was really not a directive to the institution to regulate. That was just her merely expressing her political preferences, which is a complete joke. I mean, this court must have been in Cuomo's pocket. If nobody remembers Cuomo either, when I think of that guy, I remember him sitting at the podium saying, "Nobody needs 10 rounds to kill a deer."
Yep, that was Cuomo.
That guy?
Actually, what she was saying is 10 rounds to kill an idea, not a deer.
Yeah,
we just can't make out the dialect as well over here in North Dakota.
That was my New York accent. 10 rounds to kill a deer. A deer. Gee, sounds like Andrew Dice Clay up there.
We got deer hunting.
822 at KFYR Guns in the 701. Gun sales tick back up in October. How about that?
Yeah, Todd. One quick thing on the last one, though. There was amicus briefs filed by states' attorney generals from 17 states, and Drew Wrigley was one of them. So we'll give him credit on that. And the ACLU is actually supporting the NRA in this too, which is kind of a shocker because the ACLU, although claiming to be a civil rights organization, is usually against the NRA. So yeah, okay.
Hey, always, hang on a second. Speaking of the ACLU, one thing to remember about the ACLU, remember when Rush Limbaugh was up on the whole doctor shopping thing and all that stuff? The ACLU was backing him up, the point being to keep medical records private. There's HIPAA laws are supposed to apply, right? And so ACLU, for all their faults, when they get one right, I guess they deserve to have it pointed out, even though it probably makes them cringe that they actually got this one right. They defended Rush Limbaugh on that one. So
ACLU, this isn't the first time NRA has had ACLU actually back them on court cases when it involves things like this, which is, like I said, sometimes your a war has strange bedfellows, I guess you can say. So.
Yeah, but give them credit. At least they're being consistent.
Yep.
They're if they're about defending your rights, and be about defending your rights, and apparently they're being consistent, at least in this case.
In this case, for sure.
Another thing is
great.
The Supreme Court, they granted this on November 3rd, so it's going to be a while. It'll have to work its way through their schedule, but they did grant the review. So it's good to see that the Supreme Court's going to do this. I would imagine that all the previous cases that have come out of this court are probably going to side with NRA on this. And that's just as an NRA, like I mentioned, this affects any group that's representing a group of people who have decided to become part of an organization. It's going to affect all of them. So, yeah, I'm very I'm jacked up that there's going to be a positive ruling on this.
All right, looking forward to it.
Well, I'm jacked up, Todd. I'm jacked up about last month again. Like you said, it was the third highest October on record for gun sales, according to the National Shooting Sports Foundation. They estimated that almost 1.4 million background checks were conducted on firearm transfers. If you want the specifics, 1,370,719. And that, Todd, was an 8.3% increase compared to sales in October of 2022. And that was also the 51st month in a row with more than 1 million gun sales. Demonstrating the value that we as Americans are placing on our Second Amendment rights. And I'm sure the thing in Maine and what's going on, the war over with Hamas and Israel is doing that. I mean, by stuff in this article, a bunch of Jewish communities are going to gun shops. They'd never owned guns before, and now they're buying guns and ammo and taking training, which is good. One of these Jewish guys, the new gun owner's named Larry Levine in Ohio. He said he didn't want to, nobody wants to believe reality, but that's not how it is in the real world. Pretty much woke a bunch of these people up. Unfortunately, it takes something like that to happen. But, I'm glad that they're starting to exercise their civil rights here and realizing that evil people are in the world and you need to defend yourself from that. And hopefully they not only own guns, but start sticking up for our Second Amendment rights more and being an advocate for our Second Amendment civil right.
And I'm glad they're getting the hang of the fact that it's about defense. People get this image of, if you're carrying around an assault rifle 15, cough, cough. That sarcasm mode on there. That all you want to do is go out and kill everything. No, it's about wanting to defend yourself against the maniac who wants to kill everything.
Absolutely.
It's always been about.
Hey, as a bonus, Todd, shooting guns is fun.
Well, that's right.
And not just that. Whether you're shooting tannerite to blow things up for fun, or out hunting, or using it for defense, I'll tell you what, it's all fun and it's all legal, and go out and have a great day doing it.
Put out some coffee cans and bottles and stuff on the fence line and just let it rip, and endorphins or whatever the heck it is in your head. That I don't have medical training, but I'm sure that we can get Dr. Phil on or whoever to give you the.
Ask Dr. Steve or Ted on Tuesdays. Hey,
there we go. There, now you're talking. I like the way you think.
There you go.
Guns of the 701. We've got more coming up on KFYR 827.
If you're looking for fast fun and a chance to win big cash prizes, you need to get in the game with the Illinois Lottery and Fast Play. You can play these speedy games anywhere in the state, online or on the Illinois Lottery app. Be smart, play smart. Must be 18 or older to play. Game odds are available at IllinoisLottery.com.
Creed is back. Summer of '99 tour. Very special guest, 3 Doors Down, plus Finger 11 with Daughtry, Switchfoot, Tonic, and Big Wreck in cities. Now at LiveNation.com.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building and sustaining our Navy's next generation submarines. If you're ready to go big, get on board. We build giants at buildsubmarines.com.
Everything gets better when you're a Dunkin' Rewards member, Chicago. And now members get a $2 medium-iced coffee all day, every day. What's better than Dunkin' Iced Coffee? Dunkin' Iced Coffee for $2. Rewards members, get out and get sipping with a medium iced coffee for $2. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Chicago runs on Dunkin'. Additional charges, terms, and exclusions may apply. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Mitchell in the morning. KFYR 550.
Well, coming up, the latest WASDE report, and it paints a brighter picture for at least the corn crop. Coming up next on the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report.
Most folks just stick with the diesel engine oil they know, because why sweat the details? But you don't. You're one of those who'd make the switch, and we're talking to you. Cenex Maxtron synthetic diesel engine oils give you the smartest oil for the toughest conditions. While the others experience wear and tear, you give complacency a kick in the pants. Cenex Maxtron diesel engine oils. Oil that runs smart.
Game at my place?
'Tis the season, the football season.
Gathering for the game. Food on every tray.
This buffalo dip so good.
Philly green cheese all the way. Oscar Mayer inside buns. Or Ida fries with Heinz.
What fun it is to watch and shop with food of every kind.
Oh, football-a-days, football-a-days, football-a-days are here. Oh, what yum it is to share Velveeta dip with cheers.
Celebrate the football-a-days with all your game day faves at Walmart.
KFYR.
With the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report, I'm Scott Bachmeyer. The latest World Egg Supply and Demand report from the USDA increased yield for both corn and soybeans. Betty Resnick, American Farm Bureau Federation economist, says that the report comes as harvest is wrapping up across the country.
As of November 5th, which is our latest crop progress report, corn is at 81% harvested nationwide, and soybeans are at 91% harvested nationwide. So we're definitely wrapping up both of those, and both are slightly above 5-year averages. We've had pretty good harvest conditions. However, they have been battling some pretty wet conditions in Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. They're a bit behind schedule, but overall, we've made really good progress in harvest this year.
She says that the WASDE report with increased yields reflects the resiliency of the corn crop across the country this year.
We were facing really potentially desperate situations earlier this summer with drought. They've revised yields back up 1.9 bushels to 174.9 bushels nationally, putting us back on track for a record corn crop. So corn's gotten bigger. We're going to see loosening supplies with that. In soybeans, similar story. They also saw a bump up in yields to 49.9 bushels an acre.
And with harvest nearing its end, attention now turns to South America.
As Northern Hemisphere harvest wraps up, of course, all eyes are starting to go south of the equator to see what's going on in South America as they start planting again, what that's going to look like for global supply. But I really think one of the stories of this season in general is corn's resilience.
Once again, that's American Farm Bureau Federation economist Betty Resnick. With the Dakota Farm and Ranch Report, I'm Scott Bachmeyer.
KFYR, your ag authority.
Take a little drive to New Salem and save on your weekly shopping.
At Tillman's, fall was way too short and winter came way too early. So it's time to bring out the soup bones. Smoked pork hocks or meaty beef soup bones. They won't melt the snow, but they'll make somebody feel a lot better. We also have Fleischkopf for lunch every day. If you're feeding the whole crew, call us ahead of time. We'll have it cooked, packed up, and ready to go. The Tillman's Market, New Salem. And thanks for stopping.
Paid actor portrayal.
I didn't see it coming. Life can be so unpredictable. After losing my dad, it made me think about my family if something were to happen to me. The mortgage, car payments, and all the other bills. Even things like our annual summer vacation would be out of reach. I had heard about life insurance through Ethos and how easy it was to get coverage. They were right. I knew it was time to stop putting it off and get life insurance right now. I got on my computer and went to ethoslife.com. In just 10 minutes, I was covered. And boom, family protected. Thanks to Ethos, my family won't have to worry about the bills if the unpredictable happens to me.
Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's GETETHOS.com.
KFYR.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. San Francisco sit down. Fox confirms President Biden will meet China's President Xi on the sidelines of the APEC summit. A senior administration official says now's the time for a high-level diplomacy to manage tensions. President Biden expected to press Xi on a military hotline between the countries. Israel undeterred on its mission to dismantle Hamas, even after a military pause to allow 80,000 civilians to move out of battle zones in Gaza.
Doing everything in our power to reduce civilian casualties.
Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu with Fox's Brett Baer. Israel Defense Forces have 3 hospitals in Gaza surrounded after showing evidence of Hamas fighters setting up operations underneath hospitals. Who won the GOP presidential debate? Donors sending big bucks to Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley. Each campaign hauled in $1 million in 24 hours. America's listening to Fox News.
And now from North Dakota's News Authority, Todd Mitchell, KFYR Radio News.
KFYR Radio Sports with the Dakota Bowl getting underway. We'll have the pregame at 8:50 on Fox Sports 710, the North Prairie, South Border, Dickinson, Trinity, Kindred, Fargo North, and Grand Forks Central. Then over on KFYR, Fargo, Shanley, and Minot with the nightcap at a 6:30 kickoff time. Region 5 Volleyball Championship went to Shiloh Christian last night, 3-2 over Flasher. Central McLean over New Salem Almont for third place, 3-0. Minot Redeemers over South Prairie Max. The Championship, Botno over to Lax Burlington for third. Dickinson Trinity over Beulah for the Region 7. $7:10 tonight, 5:30 tomorrow night here on KFYR 550. UMary hosts Waldorf at 7 tonight. UMary Volleyball hosting Minnesota Crookston at 6. Men's and women's basketball at UMary on the road at Central Oklahoma. United Tribes in Miles City, Montana taking on Gillette. It's UMary and Concordia St. Paul in St. Cloud at 11 this morning for the NSIC College Women's Soccer Tournament semifinals. Bismarck Bobcats on the road at North Iowa. The Bears outlasted the Panthers on Thursday Night Football 16-13 last night. Donta Foreman with a go-ahead touchdown midway through the third quarter. Bears receiver DJ Moore gave his thoughts about the team winning on national TV.
A little bit, it's our third win, so pretty happy around here. Right now, we just got to keep finding a way to stack these wins.
About that touchdown run, Bears running back Deontay Foreman.
So it was just inside zone, and pretty much I tried to press it, and I bent it back. I knew Frankie Louvu was going to play over the top. So it's just kind of mano a mano, who's going to win, and came out on top.
Panthers head coach Frank Reich talks about the team failing to execute on offense.
Defense continues to play great football. Special teams played great. Offensively, we were poor. Today was not a question of beating ourselves. We just didn't execute as well as we needed to execute to win a football game.
Meanwhile, the Vikings look to keep their winning streak going. Head coach Kevin O'Connell.
The hardest thing to do in the National Football League is be consistent and do it every single week. That's what we all strive for. Adversity hits. Can we respond? Can it be an opportunity for us to continue pressing forward and demonstrate that we're made of the right stuff?
Vikings host the Saints, are both 5-4. It's this Sunday, 11 o'clock pregame here on KFYR 550. A new Vikings quarterback Joshua Dobbs gets his first start. He said he wants to build off last week's success.
Each week their storylines made, and if you don't show up and play next week, then no one cares about last week. So I'm excited for the next opportunity to go out and compete.
Even Saints quarterback Derek Carr said he was impressed by what Joshua Dobbs did last weekend.
What he did was unbelievable. I hope it's being talked about because what he was able to do, I did see them on the sideline, going through the cadence. The fact that they were able to execute and go out and do that, tip of the cap to Josh, because that was awesome.
Minnesota Wild gave up 3 goals in the third period and lost to the Rangers at Madison Square Garden 4-1. They visit Buffalo tonight. Timberwolves get their first look at the NBA's top draft pick when they visit the San Antonio Spurs to begin the in-season tournament at AT&T Center tonight. And the season finale for UMary, football on the road at MSU Moorhead, 11:30. Pre-game Saturday morning. Todd Mitchell, KFYR Radio Sports.
This news brought to you by Dwayne's Body and Frame.
The Office Secret Santa party is beyond delaying. Mark's gift was a staple remover. That's when you pull out Illinois Lottery instant tickets. For everyone. Scratch away with the Illinois Lottery. Be smart, play smart. Must be 18 years or older to play.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of over 350,000 titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
It all began here. Mike Thiebaus was a night manager here at the Dixie News some years back, and the rest, as they say in the movies, is history.
There's a long line of them that needed to show off, that liked being celebrities. Al Capone, John Gotti. Now, Thieves, he had those same inclinations. He wanted to be known. He wanted to be a public figure. He was not shy.
Are you serious about movie making? Do you want to be a movie mogul?
I'm very serious about the movie making. In fact, we've moved our facilities from MGM in Hollywood to Atlanta.
It is the money, obviously, that attracts organized crime. Thieves has managed to insulate himself and others in his organization by setting up paper corporations. Sources tell me he has managed to set up more than 300 of those corporations.
There's no doubt in my mind that they are nervous at best about having to do business with Mike Thieves. I don't have any knowledge as to what happened to Mr. Hammer. He was a personal friend of mine, and I just think it's a terrible tragedy.
Indictment spells out so many charges against you. You think you can beat them all?
Oh, yeah. Like Julius Caesar, I've crossed the Rubicon. I'm ready to do battle.
So Mike Thieves walked out this door to freedom. Some are speculating he may be in Colombia or Costa Rica, countries which before have harbored United States criminals.
I had 25 years of the good life. I try to look at it in just that manner. In other words, if this is all that the Lord wanted me to have, then I accept what I've had, because I had far more than most people did.
Gangster House. Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
Here's your AccuWeather forecast today. Increasing amounts of sunshine. Our high today 41. Partly cloudy tonight. Low 27. Clouds and sun for tomorrow. The high 44. Partly cloudy, chilly tomorrow night. Low 33. And then mostly sunny, windy, and a bit milder on Sunday. The high Sunday at 56. Monday partly sunny, mild. Daytime high at 54. Plan with confidence. Check out AccuWeather.com. Download the app today. With your AccuWeather forecast, I'm Steve Williams.
Bismarck, it's a calm wind. Partly cloudy and 29 and 8:40 in time for that keyword. Secret word. Win Todd's Toro. Toro 826 no blower from Kirkwood Ace Hardware and KFYR 550 will give away December 14th. Of course, at any random given moment during Mitchell in the morning, get you to call me. But between 3 and 5 this afternoon, when you hear the word camp, it's the second week of deer camp. Okay, that one? Yeah. When you hear the word camp, be the 10th caller during the KFYR Cafe, 701-258-0550, 1-800-228-0550, and we'll get you in to win Todd's Toro. Back to Guns in the 701. 30, you don't even need 10. Next.
In this week's Marketers Report, Raja Manar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of MasterCard, talks about measurement.
Measuring Sonic and Sonic branding and Sonic initiatives across the board, the principles of measurement are the same, but the parameters that you measure are different. We measured, and what we find is our investment is paying for itself in oodles. We have been partnering with iHeart across multiple platforms, both for brand enhancement as well as for performance marketing. I think the cut-through of the message and the recall of the brand are much higher. Also, it has been very beneficial for us to integrate some of our campaigns into the native content of iHeart. It has been a very nice partnership, and it continues to be very strong into the future.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
At Humana, we believe better care begins with listening. So that's just what we do. We listen to what our members want and work hard to bring you support to help you feel your best. Our Medicare Advantage plans are made to fit a variety of budget and health needs. You'll get personalized help as you explore your options and benefits that go beyond what you might expect. Learn more at GetHumana.com. Humana, a more human way to healthcare. Humana is a Medicare Advantage HMO PPO PFFS organization with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in any Humana plan depends on contract renewal.
Creed is back. Summer of '99 tour. Very special guest, 3 Doors Down, plus Finger 11 with Daughtry, Switchfoot, Tonic, and Big Wreck in select cities. Get tickets now at LiveNation.com.
843 KFYR, Guns and the 701. Best podcast on iHeart, bar none.
Bar none.
Bar none.
Absolutely.
You don't need 10 rounds, let alone 30. How many rounds do you need?
Many as it takes. I don't.
Well, not
I
according to
don't remember
Cuomo.
the
Andrew
word.
Cuomo says you don't even need 10. Apparently, he only needs one. Apparently, he's Barney Fife.
Just one round.
Barney Fife's got too many. Barney had 6-round revolver. That's too many. Cuomo doesn't think he should have 6 rounds.
Didn't he only get one bullet, though? Wasn't that the deal?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we just give him one.
That's probably a blank.
Of course, the word
Yeah, I heard
need
your-
never appears in the Second Amendment. It's not anywhere in the 27 words, so you need as many as you want, I guess.
Yeah. You can find the word, Todd, if anybody can find the word need in the Second Amendment to our Bill of Rights, I'll give them every assault weapon I have. Happy hunting.
There you go.
Every assault rifle 15 you own, huh?
Mm-hmm. America's Rifle 15, Todd. Come on.
America's Rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome
They
Rifle
are.
15. There we are. Oh, my God. It just amazes me. All right, official journal of the NRA, Wyoming, Governor Gordon declares November Wild Game Meat Donation Month. Good move.
Yeah. Yeah. You want to take this, Jamie?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, you guys had all
Governor
week to
Mark
figure out
Gordon.
who's taking what here. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We got to take turns, Todd, because me and Clay both like to get the mouth going. So okay.
Well, and I forgot whose turn it was anyway, so that's on me. But anyway,
so Governor Mark Gordon of Wyoming and his wife, they're big hunters and they enjoy giving back to those less fortunate through. Yeah, the First Lady has a program, Wyoming Hunger Initiative, and hunting-based food from the field program. So that should come as no surprise to anybody. That when Governor Gordon heard the NRA was declaring November America's first ever National Wildlife Game Meat Donation Month, that he picked up his governor's pen and did the same, celebrating hunters' number one solution to fighting hunger by proclaiming November Wyoming Wild Game Meat Donation Month across the Cowboy State. So, and he signed that on November 1st. And it's great. The NRA has encouraged more hunters to donate their surplus game meat and to financially support actually game meat donation programs. And we actually have that in North Dakota here too, Todd. It's called, let's see, what the heck is it called? It's called the Sportsmen Against Hunger Processors. And you can actually go to capnd.org. And they got a map per region, and they'll tell you which meat processors will take your meat and donate it. They'll process it and donate it to the less fortunate and people who want the deer meat. I think just off the top of my head, there was like 16 of these meat places. So, like I said, you can look that up at capnd.org, and if you want to donate your game meat to these people, go ahead and do it, and they'll help some people out who are hungry and love wild game meat. I'm keeping mine.
That's
all. Get a deer, so.
Yeah. It's also, that program was something that NRA Foundation, remember that, Jamie, that we would always have that in our grant program application, so it was something that qualified for that. And I didn't realize NRA had done this. You and I, we always talk about the NRA and a few other people that don't do nothing. Well, here you go. They're fighting you for your First Amendment rights, your Second Amendment rights. They're doing court cases, feeding the hungry. I don't know. It's like NRA is pretty active to me.
By the way,
awesome, man.
Speaking of veterans and getting game, Dickinson Elks processed and packaged bison and elk, distributing to veterans that have a need, no questions asked, and they'll do burger baskets and stuff at the Dickinson Elks 11
I
to
heard you
2
say that.
on Sundays. So
That's awesome.
So
That's
no
awesome.
kidding,
Hey,
right?
Todd, and you know what? Without our veterans defending the greatest country in the history of the world and protecting our freedoms, we couldn't do stuff like go hunting on Fridays and have it an unofficial holiday. So thank you to all our veterans. I appreciate you guys and gals out there. We wouldn't have what we have without you people. You're awesome.
Is gals the politically correct word to use these days? Or I'm behind.
Oh, heck, I think gals in the military probably don't mind that.
This is another case I miss Rush Limbaugh. He's the National Association of Gals. animals, the nags.
That's right.
I
remember him talking about that.
So one more thing here about this meat deal. One more thing about the meat. The NRA Hunters Leadership Forum did some research and showed that American hunters shared 119 million pounds of harvested game meat with other people outside of their household each year. And the meat donation programs of 2022 said that still wasn't enough to feed all hungry people. So, if you're hunting and you don't, you're kind of about that game meat, find one of these places and donate that meat because they're coming up short. So,
So
I'm going to make jerky out of mine, Todd. I'll get you some.
All right, there you go. You guys do anything at noon today?
11 o'clock my time. 11 o'clock my time.
Yeah. It's 11 o'clock in your world because you guys are on that goofy time zone they use in Montana. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
We're right on the edge of it in Golden Valley. That starts in Dodge, right over by Dodge. So we're still on God's time in Golden Valley. And funny thing, I heard one of your commercials there, Todd, Wolf Auctioneers. Chances are pretty high I'm going to run into Shane at some point here during deer season. I've known Shane pretty much my whole life.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good guy. Wolf Auctioneers. So I'll probably be drinking some Coors Light with him at some point during deer season here.
Imagine that.
Well,
yeah.
Find some.
We'll be going out, and I don't know how the deer numbers are looking like up in your country, Jamie, but I was feeling moderately positive and excited after being out this week and even yesterday. I don't know, for some reason, about 2 o'clock. And I mean, the game world, it was on the move. I mean, everything. So maybe they're looking forward to the nice weather being predicted too. I mean, deer were on the move, antelope, everything. It just was on the move yesterday. Seen a lot of decent bucks.
Deer don't like nice weather. They like crappy weather. I'm told that's the only time they get on move. It's too nice out. The animals aren't moving. That's one of the
we're always told.
Where I'm at, that's a huge myth.
Yeah, it was here too. I saw all kinds of things out there yesterday, and like we said yesterday when we were on Jay's show, I just want to remind everybody when you're out there, first of all, respect the private property owners. If it's posted, don't go trespassing on it. Even if it isn't posted, it's always good public relations to go talk to them people that own it and just ask them. That's how this happens. Don't let one bad apple ruin it for everybody. Roads are a little soft, especially when the moisture's been a little heavier, so don't tear those up. That doesn't make any friends anywhere. And don't park in the middle of the main roads. I actually saw some of that yesterday already. People are out here scouting. Don't park in the middle of the road.
Serious?
There are big trucks. Yes, there's
Don't
big
they
trucks out
teach
there.
that kind of stuff in driver's ed?
You'd think, wouldn't you?
I mean,
and I see it every year.
Idiots.
So that's just
the deer numbers. Last time I was out,
close it with you.
I'm just going to say quick, Clay, the deer numbers in our area are definitely down, but I like you, and I was up last week doing some scouting. I was moderately, my enthusiasm went up a little bit because I did see a few things that I haven't seen. So, and hopefully the closer we get to the rut, I'm actually pretty positive we're going to see some more deer. So it's looking up. My buddy, you better be out in front of my garage right now. Travis, if you're listening, you better be listening. You better be backed up to my garage and ready to go.
Yeah. Better be listening.
I can tell you, though, I did see some whitetail bucks already. You can tell they're starting to rut. They're chasing them does, not aggressively, but it was the mule deer. They were with them, but they weren't doing anything in my area. But that's always a little bit later.
Guns to the 701. The new vids are up on Wednesday nights at what time?
It goes on right after the show. The show starts at 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 p.m. Central. We go about an hour and a half, and then, we upload everything to our podcast platform, and right away, of course, to iHeart, best one out there, iHeart.com.
Good response. Good answer. The
best. A big hammer. And Todd, it's not only that. We do a lot of videos, too, and during deer season, I'll be doing a lot more, and Clay will probably get some up there on our shorts and the reels and that on Facebook and YouTube. So go check those out. They're mildly entertaining. Give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We appreciate that.
Mildly entertaining. Don't oversell it. Well, they're mildly entertaining.
Jamie even stirred up some of the antis on there here last time. So
you just realized Schwann Buick GMC Cadillac's never going to hire you for selling cars over there. Well, it's a mildly good car. You got to oversell it a little bit there, buddy.
Todd, I sold a bunch of their Buicks. I said they're the best deer-killing machines on the road. Come on.
Darn right. Not that I'm looking to do that with my 2024 Buick, but please don't make me kill a deer with that thing. I just got it.
If you're gonna hit a deer, make sure you do it in a Schwann Pontiac Buick. It's the safest car on the road. You're not gonna get hurt. Barely get a ding in it, and the deer will die real quick.
There you have it. All right.
And have Lauer Auto Repair take a look at it for the mechanical parts.
All right. Yeah. Whatever. No, my show, my sponsor. Take it over to Schwann and get a first opinion, and then do whatever.
There you go.
I'm just kidding.
You can subcontract out.
Guns of the 701. Stay safe this weekend, fellas.
Thanks, buddy. Have a great weekend.
All righty.
Clayton, good luck. Bye.
Absolutely. Here we go. All right. Happy birthday, Ashley Porter in Steel.